Apple is leaving Baltimore over insane crime.
The Apple Store is the latest in the series of stores leaving the Towson Town Center, citing declining conditions. But the Towson Chamber of Commerce says it has a reason to question that statement.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't like that, do they?
The Towson Town Center is a staple in the city.
This is a nice mall, you know, it's quality mall.
But is the mall on a downward spiral?
I kept hearing from people that, like, the mall is going to shut down soon.
Wow.
Even from some of the workers.
So
One
they
of
know.
the most popular stores, the Apple Store, announced it's leaving, citing departure of several retailers and declining conditions.
Declining conditions.
Executive Director of the Towson Chamber of Commerce, Nancy Hafford, says that can't be the reason.
Yeah, they don't want to admit it.
It does so well. It's crowded all the time.
Yeah. It's crowded.
I know they do a great business there.
The Towson Apple Store was the first in the country to unionize in 2024. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers released a statement.
So you have a store that's in a very high crime mall, and it's a unionized store, which means it's more expensive to operate.
In part that this raises serious concerns that this closure is a cynical attempt to bust the union.
I'm not sure if being a union store had anything to do with why they're closing, but I know that it couldn't be sales. And from the police reports that I've heard, they haven't had issues.
Why are there police reports if there's no issues?
The news coming as a shock to customers.
And why are other stores leaving?
That's crazy. They've been here for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of money lost from Towson.
Hafford says preventing stores from leaving starts with customers.
I'm asking them if they'd please just start looking at your local businesses first before you go online to buy something.
Apparently, the local businesses are leaving, so people have to go online to buy stuff.
Despite stores leaving, she tells me the mall is still doing very well.
How's it doing well?
I work very closely with the mall management and mall security, and I know for a fact that their sales were up this holiday season.
How would you know
since
that?
Pre-COVID.
She says new developments are coming to Towson, including Lib's Grill opening in May and new apartments.
Okay,
Apple
grill.
says Towson employees will be able to apply for open positions at the company. We've reached out to Brookfield Properties, the company that owns the mall, for comment, but haven't heard back yet.
They own malls all
In
over the
Towson,
country.
Raven Payne.
But apparently this mall has a history of getting a little disorderly. Look at this. This is a takeover at the mall. Look at this.
Maryland, Baltimore.
Baltimore. Wow. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, here they come. This is nuts, man. How are you going to have a store in a place like this? This is wild. That's total mayhem. This is crazy. Look, there's no customers. The workers are terrified. How are you going to get people to come to work if this is the environment? At least this cameraman's smart enough not to go into that. This is insane. Oh, people are evacuating. Oh, here comes the police. One officer. What's he going to do?
Let's get ready to rumble.
And it's surprising that this footage, which is like a year old at this point, didn't end the whole mall right there. I'm surprised Apple even stuck around.
No, I think it's a fight.
Okay, if you're willing to stick around through conditions like this, after they start, you're trying to keep the store open. Apple was trying here, but it didn't work for some reason.
So Apple is citing conditions inside the mall declining and other retailers leaving for their reasoning to shut the
Everyone
doors
else is
permanently
leaving.
for the Apple Store inside the Towson Town Center. But the union tells us they're not really buying that reasoning.
Yeah, they
and
never
now
are.
The union is looking to take legal action.
Oh, yeah, sue them. That'll get them to stay.
It's really upsetting because the Apple Store is a huge anchor to people coming to the mall.
A big
For
store
sure.
drawing in people like Joe Maids to the Towson Town Center. The Apple Store, which according to the company, is set to close its stores permanently here on June 11th.
Oh,
Instead,
they're
you can
closing
go
in the
anywhere else
summer.
now. I feel for all the little small.
They're not even going to try to be open for Black Friday. They must be losing a lot of money if they're calling it quits in June. Just a couple of months before all the new Apple products get released.
Mom and pop shops that are in there too, because losing a big anchor like that doesn't end up well for the other
But
stores.
whose fault is
Apple
that?
announcing the closure of 3 stores, all inside malls or shopping centers across the nation on Thursday, including the Towson Town Center. The company says the closures are, quote, following the departures of several retailers and declining conditions. Towson employees will be eligible to apply for open roles at Apple in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement. The Towson Town Center location is the first Apple store that unionized in the nation in 2022.
Oh, it just happened.
The union representing them, IAM, says they're outraged by the closure announcement, saying in part, quote, Apple's claim that the collective bargaining agreement...
Every time a unionized business shuts down, the people at that business always say that, it's because we're unionized. When they close a unionized Starbucks somewhere, they get the same thing, even though there are reasons for shutting down a store. It's because the store is not profitable. It doesn't matter if Apple's a super wealthy company. If they've got a store that is a drain on their operations, they're not going to keep being a wealthy company if they keep places like that open just to make local officials happy. And the problem here is you got these localities, they hate on law and order, and then they wonder why stores like Apple don't want to stick around.
Prevents relocation is simply false and raises serious concerns that this closure is a cynical attempt to bust the union. Meanwhile, frequent Apple customers like Linda Monroe say the store seems to always be busy.
So it's always busy when you go?
All the time, 24/7. Every time this mall opens, the first store people are jetting to is to Apple.
It is really interesting because it is the first one to unionize, and you kind of see more and more Starbucks closings at that too. And what's the big thing about Starbucks is the workers are trying to unionize as well.
See? Unprofitable stores shut down.
And I did reach out to the Towson Chamber of Commerce, the executive director there, Nancy Hafford. She tells me that every time she's been in this mall, which is a lot, she does work closely with the Towson Town Center, she sees a long line going out of the doors of the Apple store. She also added...
That could be for a whole bunch of reasons. And the idea that people who want to see the stores stay open have a personal experience, which gives them an opinion that things are fine, does not actually make the store profitable. And look at this. Apparently, there are some private residences in Baltimore which were built by the Four Seasons, and they built a whole bunch of condos, and those aren't selling either. So the idea that build it and they will come hasn't really worked out here. Apparently, they've got 62 units in this massive tower that have never sold, and prices have collapsed 50% in just 9 years. Listen to this. Fox Baltimore says downtown Baltimore is witnessing a troubling trend as businesses continue to close. Oh, but the only business they want to hammer is Apple because it was a unionized business location that is getting shut down. None of the other businesses closing. Oh no, let's just let them shut down.
A teen takeover, March 7th at the White Marsh Mall. A large group of young people wreaking havoc,
Other malls are
resulting
getting
in
hit
several
too.
arrests. Charges include second-degree
Assaulting
assault and
people.
disorderly conduct. Tony Yarborough got caught in the middle of it.
I just saw them just doing whatever
Gotta put
they
people
wanted
in
to do
jail.
out here. You know, I mean, disrespecting people, jumping all cars,
Right, it's
holding up
outrageous.
traffic.
Did it prevent you from continuing to do the business that brought you here in the first place?
No.
Teen
Yeah, but he didn't
takeovers are
enjoy
happening
it.
all over the country. It's widely believed that teen takeovers are a spin-off of street takeovers featuring illegal drag racing. Those demonstrations are fewer in number now because Maryland State Police created a task
Oh, that's
force to
good.
crack down on them. WBAL TV
Look
11
at
News
this.
has obtained
There's a meetup at the center where the Apple store is closing, and it's scheduled for the 25th of April. People are supposed to dress to impress, supposed to leave the drama at home. I guess they're supposed to bring it to this mall from 6 p.m. to whatever. This is wild. This is why this place is shutting down. If you're Apple and you know stuff like this is being planned online, you're not going to stick around for them to clean out your store. But just before we continue, it's time to have a quick chat about something I recently started using, and that would be Rumble Wallet. If you've ever been curious about buying or investing in crypto, Bitcoin, stablecoins, USAT, or even gold-backed stablecoins, but felt like it was too complicated, don't worry, Rumble Wallet is the easiest way to get started. You can buy, sell, and manage your cryptocurrencies all in one place, and the app is super straightforward. But what really makes Rumble Wallet unique is you can tip your favorite creators like me and support the Freedom First community built on Rumble. Getting started is simple. Just download the Rumble Wallet app. Sign up with your existing Rumble account. No need for a new login. Complete a few security checks and you're set up in minutes. You can start with just a few dollars, and with MoonPay built into Rumble Wallet, you can easily buy crypto using your credit card, debit card, or even a bank wire. So if you've been thinking about the advantages of cryptocurrency, download Rumble Wallet today. You can find it in your app store, or you can use the link right here on the screen. This will also be in the video description. It's wallet.rumble.com, or you can even click the QR code. Download Rumble Wallet today. Move your assets where they belong, in your hands, under your control. Legal disclaimer, Rumble Wallet is a technology provider and not a custodial service. See terms at wallet.rumble.com.
Advisory of a, quote, teen link-up at Towson Town Mall, April 25th. Business leaders believe the social media post is done by those seeking notoriety on the internet. Nancy Hafford, the executive director of the Towson Chamber of Commerce, says no one showed up for the last 3 link-up promotions.
Oh, no one, huh?
The police are also seeing the post, so they're very aware this is going to happen. So how foolish of anyone to go to the mall or any other place when that type of event is promoted.
Oh, we'll see.
Do you know of any data or any data-driven evidence that this activity is keeping people from shopping in person?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
Yeah, so my personal experience dictates that everything's fine here and that no store has a right to close, especially a unionized store.
We talked with business owners and managers in the White Marsh area. Has it also impacted your business?
Not that, actually. We were okay, as usual, business as usual.
What type of business?
Does it impact your business at all, or is it disruptive at all?
It's more disruptive. It doesn't really, I don't know if it impacts it.
Shoppers told us they will make other plans if they know a teen takeover is coming.
I kind of look at what other options are there.
Yeah.
I kind of go, I guess I go back to the drawing board.
Shop online.
I think, should I just order it online?
Yeah, that's what people are doing. You can't keep stores open if they're getting ripped to shreds. But it's not just malls that are in trouble here.
All fixed this morning. It looks like there wasn't even an issue yesterday. But surveillance video WJZ obtained captures the moment.
Who are these guys?
A group of people used a hammer and then bolt cutters to break in.
7 people.
You can see multiple suspects in hoodies smashing the glass door of the restaurant. And once inside, Cardona says they broke drinking glasses and jumped behind the bar to the register. He says they walked away with about $100 and a speaker. Police say 7 people are behind the burglary here, and they also targeted a local ice cream shop and a Mexican restaurant in Canton. Now, Cardona says he's glad no one was inside La Burrita at the time, but his frustration extends beyond the damage.
Where were the police?
The most frustrating thing for me, or for anybody who works 12, 14, 16-hour shift to make a living, and find that 4, 5, 6 kids don't respect you as a businessman or an owner, or
they
just break a $5,000 door, and then break all your glasses and steal from you.
The stupidest argument about this is, oh, these stores, they've got insurance. Yeah? Well, guess what? If you've got insurance and you know how it works, you've got this thing called a deductible. And deductibles mean that you're paying thousands of dollars for stuff that these criminals break. And these are the same people going to these takeovers. These same folks that just want to create mayhem and destroy things and ruin businesses. And look, what we're learning here is that lawlessness just disenfranchises the law-abiding. All the law-abiding employees at the Apple Store, they're gone. This restaurant, if he's willing to stay open through this, he won't survive forever unless something gets done.
And taking a look at the numbers here, Baltimore's crime data dashboard shows police have responded to more than 2,100 robberies and burglaries so far this year, and nearly 190 of them impacted businesses.
And remember when their governor said crime was not a problem here? Remember this, when there was the DC crackdown?
Governor, I appreciate the investment, but it would just seem to me, if despite that investment, Baltimore still ranks third in the nation in violent crime rate per capita in the nation, that you would welcome in the President of the United States' help if crime in Maryland. And as to the point of partisan politics, it's simply the truth. The truth isn't partisan, and the truth is most of the major cities in the United States are run by Democrat governors, and they're also the highest rate crime cities in the country.
Why is that?
I'm on limited time, and I want to give you a chance to address something,
I would
though,
absolutely
Governor. Because President
welcome
Trump brought
federal
it up.
support.
Apparently, there we go. you would welcome federal support. That's wonderful to hear.
I would absolutely welcome federal support.
Happy to hear that.
But I also know what federal support is going to be necessary and required. It's the reason that I've said we would love to have additional support for license plate readers. Things that we know can actually stop crimes as they are happening.
Since when has a license plate reader ever stopped a crime in progress? We got a whole bunch of crime going on in certain parts of the country like California, and guess what? The criminals love to cover up their license plates. So license plate readers do not stop crime at all.
Grossen lives on Berry Court, where his cameras caught these cars around 1:30 early Sunday morning.
When I looked on the cameras, the one thing they do is that they cover their license plate, so it's really hard to identify them.
But this is a system that we've got here. We've got this system in these deep blue cities like New York, where I'm living right now, where they just love to excuse criminal activity. They love to say that it doesn't matter. They love to blame a store closure on everything except the criminals. They're so busy looking for the root causes of crime that when the criminals are standing up in the front, they say, guys, get out of the way. We're looking for the root causes of crime. Move.
Making sure that people are brought to justice and not having $30 million cut from public safety budgeting that is coming from the federal government. That I would love to be able to make sure that the federal government can do things like ban ghost guns and making sure we're eliminating these extended clips for Glocks, which essentially are turning Glocks into automatic weapons. I would love to make sure we're investing in local law enforcement, because we are watching cuts that are happening to local law enforcement and also gun safety funding.
Governor, we can't let all of that stand in the way of the immediate solution being offered by the federal government. Well, you can't let all of that stand in the way and be an excuse.
And now the Apple Store's closing, and now we're making up excuses for why massive businesses are abandoning stores. Once Apple's out of that mall, the whole place is doomed. And look, Maryland, they've been warning that their population is trending in the wrong direction for a long time. In 2024, that year they lost 20,000 residents to other states. This report from the government tells us why: high taxes, rising living costs, housing affordability challenges, and regulatory complexity. What does that mean? That means you can't start a business. That means you can't afford your rent. It means we got high crime. And here's an article from 2 weeks ago. Things are not improving. Look at this. Weird. These shifts were largely due to lower levels of net international migration, which declined nationwide. That's interesting. 9 out of 10 U.S. counties experienced lower net international migration. But overall, we're looking at a 57% decline. That's right. That's what lawlessness does. Lawlessness leads to unaffordability. If you're going to protect criminals, your businesses aren't going to survive. If your businesses can't survive, that jacks up the cost for people who want to go and buy stuff. And if it costs more for people to go out and buy stuff, guess what? It's going to cost more to operate your apartments, and your rent's going to go up. Ditto high taxes and high fees on people offering things like apartments or storefronts. That jacks up the cost further. All these blue states have a massive unaffordability problem, and it's something that nobody running them wants to talk about. And the funny thing is, we're now electing candidates in blue states who are promising affordability and socialism, which is just going to make things unaffordable for everyone and bring poverty to all of us. What do you think about that? I'll see you in the next video.